You are now listening to Sembang Panas Podcast.
Yo, what is up people? Selamat datang ke lagi satu episod Sembang Panas. Okay guys, podcast kita kali ni dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh teman-teman kami daripada tim ejen hartanah AceRealtorsSg untuk masyarakat demi masyarakat.
Jangan lupa untuk follow rakan-rakan kami di Instagram dan juga TikTok AceRealtorsSg.
Jadi kalau korang nak jual rumah ke, beli rumah ke, tak payah pening-pening kepala, hubungi saja ejen-ejen yang bertauliah dari AceRealtorsSg.
Korang juga boleh terus hubungi mereka di talian 88779923 88779923
Untuk masyarakat demi masyarakat. Saja nak test korang. Jumpa korang sebentar saja nanti. Let's go.
Podcast cakap betul, tak ada sorok-sorok ini. Podcast cakap betul, tak ada sorok-sorok ini. Podcast cakap betul, tak ada sorok-sorok ini. Podcast cakap betul, tak ada sorok-sorok. Siapa-siapa boleh go, semua kita undang. Siapa berani masuk, jangan sebat temberang. Al-Kisah bikin panas macam goreng pisang, itu sudah terang. Panggil semua geng yang minat duduk, jom masuk gelanggang. Jom masuk studio dan berapa banyak idol. Kita kasih sampai viral. Al-Kisah dapat title. Ini Sembang Panas, it's not for the weak. Ini Sembang Panas, real love on the mix. Boom. Sembang panas, 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 panas. Sembang panas, 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 panas. Sembang panas, 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 panas. Sembang panas, 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 panas.
Yo, what is up people? Nama saya Aidi Isham,
Anazia,
Liza Baliza,
Saiful Jazin.
Guys, dan dalam episod kali ni kita ada dua anak muda yang I would say individuals yang sangat-sangat inspirational.
inspiring.
Diorang inspirational lah.
Inspiring.
boleh lah dua-dua.
So guest kita ni dua orang ni tak tahulah whether couple ke, kawan ke, ini nanti kita adik-beradik ke.
We will find out later.
Kita akan find out nanti. Kadang korang akan nampak diorang kat dalam TikTok on MUDA SG. Very the muda. Tapi most of the time juga diorang ada di belakang tabir. Jadi selalunya yang appear dekat diorang punya platform tu adalah individu-individu lain yang kita nak kenal siapa diorang sebenarnya. Tapi sekarang ni macam dia cakap, dua individu ni adalah founder dan co-founder dari MUDA SG. Wow. Apa khabar korang?
Baik.
Kenapa korang segan-segan? Janganlah malu.
Dah warm up kan?
Tak ada. Ni nak tanya ni, korang sekarang malu-malu gini memang personality korang gini ke pasal baru first time jumpa kita ke masa tu?
I think for me, I'm a bit more of a shy person lah. But she's normally more open lah.
Saya starstruck.
Masya Allah, dia terkejut nampak rambut Liz.
Apa kena mengena rambut aku?
Pasal kau tak
there. Don't go there. Okay, don't
Let's not go there today lah.
Let's not go there.
Okay.
Penat lah guys.
Okay, boleh tak kenalkan diri korang?
Ladies first lah. Ladies first.
Nama saya Shelita. I'm 19. I just turned 19 this year. Yeah.
19
Masih kerja ke sekolah ke?
I just finished my A's, so baru apply uni. Those will only come out late in May. Kalau tak, then I'll take a gap year. Then now I'm just giving part-time tuition untuk bahasa Melayu.
Cikgu Melayu. Liz ada fight.
Tak boleh, aku give up dulu.
Alright. Macam mana tadi nak pronounce nama you?
Shelita.
Unik kan nama?
Nama
very, very
gabungan ibu bapa saya. Sherhan Arlita.
Okay, sabar. Kalau nama mak bapak korang sambung jadi apa? Kalau aku punya Sasham.
Aku ni Rara.
That's nice.
Salawati plus Isham. Sasham. Tas.
Aku ni Rara.
Rara.
Rashida Ramli.
Nama artis ya. Rashida Ramli.
Aku Hasan sia. Sialah. Terbabit lain jenis. Dari tempat Hasan. Hasma dengan Anwar.
Mana datang San?
Apa?
Hasma.
Anwar.
Has from Hasma. From Anwar.
Oh, okay.
Come on man.
Kak Ana?
Rifsha.
Rifsha.
Rifsha. Saja bukan rickshaw gila.
Okay, apa boleh tak kenalkan diri Abang handsome yang kat sebelah ni? Nampak kasi dia malu sikit. Terus jam. Tapi episode dia tak berbual.
Okay, hi semua. My name is Anik Arik Akil.
Anik
Akil.
Anik Arik Akil.
Still got bin after
Ben AA juga.
Bukan lah, bin 1A.
Satu A.
Yeah, so my name is Anik Arik Akil. I'm 20 this year. I'm currently still schooling at Republic Polytechnic.
Okay.
Nice.
What course are you taking dekat?
I'm taking Arts and Theatre Management.
Arts and Theatre Management. Minat ke macam mana?
Paksa.
Tak sangat lah. Initially tak sangat, but after going through, it's a interesting experience lah.
Politically right answer.
jadi memang ada planning untuk sambung ke macam mana? Nak lepas ni nak jadi pelakon kat teater ke?
Director ke?
Nak masuk anugerah screen ke?
Tapi jangan keluar first round aja.
Saya boleh kasih tips macam mana nak keluar first round. Okay lah kan. So kalau korang nak tahu Anik and Sherlita, both of them daripada MUDA SG. Aku nak tahu lebih lanjut lagi pasal MUDA SG ni. Boleh tak share dengan kita apa ni MUDA SG?
Okay, so MUDA SG is basically it's a student-led, student-run volunteer group organization, volunteer group, volunteer community basically.
Okay.
So it's basically a community of students that get together to volunteer, and depends on the project lah. We have a lot of different projects for different kinds of interests. So MUDA SG, we pride ourselves on being very ad hoc. So when you want to volunteer with us, there's no minimum commitment. You don't have to come for events. As long as you're registered as a volunteer, you can come for any event that you like.
There's no clocking of hours macam gitu.
The hours will come for your CIP, VIP hours.
Oh, you can use those hours lah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we do provide those hours. But you whatever event you want to come down for, if you don't want to come down also is fine. Whatever event you want to come down for, you can choose from what we post lah.
I see.
So tak ada komitmen
Tak
fix gitulah. Okay, lupa tadi nak tanya. Jadi siapa founder dan siapa co-founder tu? Ke memang dua-dua plan satu kali jalan buka ke macam mana?
Actually dua-dua co-founder, cuma kalau kita punya office position, I would be CEO and he's COO. So that's how we differentiate our job scope lah. Sebab saya lebih belakang takbir. Yeah, with the planning, with the different project teams, with the exco. Meanwhile he is always on the ground, interacting and handling the the events. Yeah.
Tapi bukan ke dia yang pemalu?
You tak
Tu yang buat aku
No,
ni.
sebab perempuan selalu buat kerja behind the scenes.
Admin, management.
Kenapa?
Asal
Engkau patut defending perempuan. Ni kita pula yang terbalik
Sebab
ni.
aku pun buat back end ber.
Betul juga. Case closed. Okay, jadi nak tanya MUDA SG ni, how did it actually come about and when did korang come up with MUDA SG?
Okay, cerita mulanya 2021. Ya, 2021. We volunteered just as normal volunteers dekat MQ Gilang Serai, just distribute
Groceries.
yeah, groceries to the households. Tapi then we realised kenapa tak ada macam a proper platform untuk daripada orang muda Melayu for volunteering. Sebab we know YMCA diorang ada youth for causes and everything. Then we felt that tapi masyarakat Melayu kita actually got so much more potential. Dah ada banyak pemuda-pemudi di luar yang nak bantu, they just don't know how. So then we realised actually that's a gap. So then we look through again, dapat tahu actually susah to cari ad hoc yang tak ada commitment, just bila free. Then we also realise kalau nak buat project, you want to initiate project luar sekolah, it's so hard to do it because there's so many red tapes and everything. Yeah, it's a lot of barriers. So we created MUDA to fill that gap lah. So lebih banyak younger youths can help out.
Okay, I want to ask, korang punya Muda SG, is it just targeted to the Malay community, or even if those outside Malay community nak volunteer with you guys are open also?
Yeah, we open to everybody. It's just that like initially like our main target kita nak naikkan bangsa Melayu. Yeah, but we welcome everything, and because we are Malay/Muslim organisation, so even like there's a lot of volunteers who are like macam dorang beragama Islam tapi they are like Chinese or
Indian Muslim, Chinese Muslim.
So
Okay,
join
okay.
on. Then we also have those that are like non-Muslim, non-Malay tapi dorang nak practice dorang punya bahasa Melayu or anything, so they touch on our platform. Yeah.
Practice bahasa.
Yeah, Saiful go.
Saiful go volunteer.
Saiful go.
Yeah, Saiful, this is a good platform
Yeah,
for
exactly.
you.
I go with you because people say my Malay very awkward kan.
Aku nak Hold back, tarik sikit.
I think it can help you, because
Why?
before this, right, before MUDA, I couldn't speak Malay.
Is it?
I really couldn't speak
Are
Malay.
you pure Malay or are you mixed?
Pure.
So
So it's even a bit more malu for me this time.
Aku tak cakap
Every time at events, I always like.
you want me to tell you a funny fact? My mom is Philippine. Okay, but
Filipino.
Yeah, Filipino, but she speaks better Malay than me. So
Mak kau dulu banyak volunteer tak
mak saya, mak aku, dia bukan muda, dia tua.
Walao, that's a very basic joke.
Okay. So apa ni tadi when you guys mention like so I did nak tahu like how did the idea came about? Like was it like bila korang just now you mentioned you went for the volunteer thing kan? So is it after ke time during the volunteer tu yang korang macam tengah gosip-gosip macam
Terus eye
actually kan
contact.
I rasa macam korang kenal kat sana? Oh tak.
Tak lah.
Ayu
Diorang kawan. Kawan tak mula ayu.
Kawan. Okay. Sorry. Maafkan saya. So how was it? Like was it during the event itself? And also tadi you mentioned pasal there were so many barriers and all that. Like what are some of the barriers yang you rasa that was already in place actually?
I think is okay. So so the distribution, right? It was across I think 3 weekends. So slowly, like okay, because we are from different schools. When we started, I was in Sec 3, Sec 4. Yeah. So different schools. Then slowly kita nampak, actually banyak orang interested untuk bantu, like just secara ikhlas and all. Then we work even closer with MQ Geylang Serai. Then they told us actually we have 200 baju kurung donated. Do you have any idea what we can do with it? So kita macam, okay. Then we just like, okay lah, tak apa, kita bantu. So then that's where we started our first project. This year is our 4th year running it. So it's Bazaar Bestari. Yeah.
Bazaar Bestari. Okay.
Yeah, so Bazaar Bestari basically it's kita dapat pre-loved and also brand new leftover clothes from brands. It's a whole macam like, then we organize a bazaar. So it's not just a two-way macam like, oh kita just bagi in packet baju then you just ambil the residents, but we let the residents, kita set up ada rack semua, then there's volunteers to assist you. So kira kan kita bawa boutique to the block.
They can enjoy the shopping experience lah.
Tapi free, so they will just ambil.
Nice.
Okay, so the residents will just come down and then macam they able to choose whatever baju on the rack. Oh, cool sih.
I got a question for that one. Ada tak macam like those yang abuse that whole thing yang korang buat?
Yeah.
Abuse macam
macam like you see dorang ambil semua, dorang ambil, or like or they ambil then they jual balik or something like that, or you know that they can buy baju kurung but they just want to take, like you know those kind.
Initially kalau yang apa tu jual balik kita tak pernah dengar lah, we don't know lah, but we just open up to all. And then initially we'll set like a limit first. So like for the first day mungkin boleh ambil balik 5 ke like 10 set je. Then like the following days kalau kita rasa that there's actually still some more, then it's like just take whatever you want lah. Begitu.
Diorang tak ada macam like ni tak ada size ni ke, ni macam like literally kat kedai habis korang staff tak ada.
Then we just tell them that like this is all we have, so like gitulah. But ada lah yang dorang macam fight a bit, but in the end it's like resolve.
Fight pasal apa?
Ada juga fight.
Pasal apa?
So the response is good lah. Dorang make use of that opportunity really well
They really
lah.
just take. And also kita buka kepada like the migrant and domestic workers. Actually dorang like are really the ones that berborong all. Then kita dapat tahu sebab diorang nak hantar balik to their family. So just like okay lah, ambil.
Okay. I nak tanya juga, like kita did a little background research on your punya social media tu, and there was one that you mentioned that there was 5 reason as to why korang actually started. So just now tadi macam you mention about apa tu, the red tips lah, apa and all that. 5 dia macam apa tadi, 5
initiatives.
Initiatives, is it? Can tell us more tak pasal the 5 initiatives tu?
The ad hoc stuff.
Ada yang kat IG tu yang korang ada 5 pointers.
5 pointers. Itu
Betul saya direct kan.
IG post.
The IG post, the intro one. You want to share about
Nak repeat tak dia punya 5 pointers? Okay, kejap
We wrote it a while ago.
Okay, so the first pointer is it was difficult for youth to kickstart community projects. Okay, you want to elaborate more on that first?
I think this one applies personally to me. So especially when I was in secondary school, I saw people volunteering lah. Obviously in my heart I want to, I say macam nak volunteer juga lah. Tapi you don't know where, don't know how. Then you ingat kat sekolah ada VIA, so buat apa aku nak volunteer kat luar ni. So for me it was more like providing a platform for, because I know a lot of my friends think the same. That's how MUDA actually started in the first place. So is we all wanted to volunteer. We didn't know where, didn't know how lah. So through MUDA-SG, we can provide a platform for other youths to volunteer, and they can do their own projects lah. So for example, like Lepak, which just happened. So Lepak was whose idea? One of our volunteers.
Adelina. Shout out to Adelina.
Shout out to Adelina.
Adelina bukan kakak CS ke?
Kakak CS kita. Dia volunteer lah.
Mungkin.
So we don't want to take credit for anything. So Adelina was a project leader for Lepak.
Okay.
So we provided her a platform to do the project and carry it out, and alhamdulillah lah, it's a successful event.
Spelling dia LEPARK. Tell us more about that. I saw banyak sangat video about Lepak tu, from the start korang nak panggil people to come and join you guys all the way sampai the event itself. Dengar, and I saw also Jufri was there.
Betul.
Tell us more, actually apa movement Lepak ni actually?
Lepak actually came about sebab, like, okay, in one of the 5 things, right, one of the things that we mentioned is that there's very kurang platform untuk youths of different academic and socio-economic background to interact with each other. So I felt that like, maybe we can do that through MUDA. That is one thing that we try to achieve lah. Sebab volunteering is a good thing, right? It's a good platform, and at the same time you can, like, he stays in the north, I stay in central, but we also have friends in the west and everything, but we found them through MUDA. So we wanted to reach out to more youths, and then we thought of and then we also looked at the existing initiatives. Like, one thing about MUDA, we don't like to create repetitive stuff. So kalau ada, we don't want. But what we noticed is that, like, those youth networking events that exist, orang is like very dialogue, very formal based. Then the sign-ups are also really low from what we receive. So then we tried to take a turn on it. So it's actually kalau tengok the program, sports competition, then after that there's like speakers and all that, is a normal youth networking punya event kind of program. Cuma the difference is kita buat dekat Pasir Ris Park, ada barbecue. So it's very
More
santai.
chill vibes.
Family dia.
Interesting.
Okay.
Tapi tak ada mak bapak nak nagging instead.
Okay. So aku got it wrong. So all this while I thought that MUDA-SG was all bahasa bahasa all volunteer work aja, ataupun macam kerja aja, that kind of thing. But it's more of
community
based. Pasal you guys have fun, have a place to call, macam or a group to call family, that kind lah.
Kau terbabit kerja kita orang dengan
Aku just nak point out something. Member terus buka saya ada punya 5 point.
Dia nak kena recap lah.
like they said, it was a while ago.
Okay, tadi dah berapa pointer? Dah 2 dah?
Dah 2 dah cover. Okay, the third one dah buka ke pointer. Dia tutup balik.
No, but the ad hoc was talked about just now. I saw the second point was about not many youths know about
MMO, NPO, NGO. What's the difference between like MMO, NPO, NGO? So many
That's my
things.
era, admin kan.
MMO bukan memogram.
Memogram apa sih?
Please.
Kau tak tahu mammogram?
You don't know what's mammogram?
What's mammogram?
Later I tell you.
Nanti Google lah. Nanti Google.
MMO is Malay Muslim Organisation.
Aku tahu MMORPG je lah. Itu lain.
Okay. MMO is Malay
Muslim
Muslim
Organisation.
Organisation. NPO is Non-Profit Organisation. Lagi satu NGO.
Non-government
Oh,
organisation.
So apa beza ni tiga? Ke tiga-tiga actually sama?
It really depends. MMO is very targeted towards the Malay Muslim community, and most of the time they are like government funded. Yeah. Then the non-profits, they are like they're separate entity. There's not much of a difference between non-profit and non-government. Yeah, it's just the legal side behind it lah. Tapi non-government is like they really don't receive any government support. Yeah.
Like the grants and all that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Jadi MUDA SG fall under which category actually?
None. That's the ironic thing. Yeah.
We are just a community lah.
Yeah.
So you don't want to try and apply into one of it?
Because right now what we realize suits the most is that we have that common macam like thing that relate that all of us are volunteers. Like tidak kira. Yeah. Because none of us are staff, none of us are paid at all. So it's just a whole youth volunteer
You don't want it to be
community.
too structured
Yeah.
gitu
Dia
lah.
banyak kerja admin nanti kena buat.
Dah kena email government ni, nak kena check ni.
But y'all are just so young, right? When you approach this kind of organizations to collab, do they look at you like, korang ni muda sih? Like, do they look down on you, that kind of thing? Do you experience
They
that?
not look down.
Not look down lah, like macam
Don't take you seriously.
Yes,
lah.
don't take you seriously.
Pernah tak kena experience macam tu?
Yeah. Macam boleh ke korang buat projek
Dia
ini?
ketawa macam You ask him, he will know. You ask her, back end.
Okay, let's ask.
Dia macam senyum macam ni
Let's
boleh
ask the CEO.
Dia boleh cakap ke tidak ni?
I would say at the start it was so much harder. Yeah. Now because we are like much more credible. Like example for Lepak itself also, there was a lot of like back end things that we had to really fight for. But after the successfulness of it, then we managed to get a lot of more trust. Yeah. So like inshallah next year we're gonna hold Lepak again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice,
Bigger,
nice.
better inshallah.
Okay, when you mentioned that there are some things that you had to fight for. Like what are some of the things yang
I think
and with who did you have to fight with?
I think it's because macam we started 15, 16. So people didn't really like, they couldn't really take us that
Seriously.
yeah. Yeah, and they felt that like a lot of things were too ambitious, or like they felt that ada pun yang rasa kita buat ni sebab like just want the hours. Like a lot of they feel that youths kalau diorang volunteer sebab diorang nak ada CIP hours saja, lepas tu diorang blah. But it's not really
okay.
true. Yeah. So
wait, CIP hours as in yang dekat sekolah betul?
yeah, like CIP hours
For the points lah.
For the points.
Dulu aku CIP kat library sih.
Kau dengan library.
Kenapa korang tak start siang-siang?
Kau berapa tua?
My zaman was flag day. Diri dengan tin tu kat bus stop depan straight.
Collect donation tu
Yeah.
Oh my god, those were the days.
Yeah,
man.
dia kasih stiker.
And now the kids have things like MUDA
So
SG.
fun things, right?
And
So unfair.
dapat jumpa dan dulu kita bikin gitu semua budak-budak sekolah kita sendiri. Mana nak jumpa Mina dari sekolah lain?
Itu priority kau.
Sambil menyelam minum
air.
So, okay, I also wanted to ask like apa ni, as of now, right, berapa banyak volunteers are under korang punya wing actually, yang so called registered volunteers?
So if I'm not wrong, 1,300 around.
Oh, serious ah.
Dah capai 1,400. Yeah.
But it's still not. I was expecting like 20, 30, you know, when you ask the question. Sekali
I get goosebumps.
1,400.
And the age range?
Mainly 18 to 25, tapi we also have like those up to 35.
Oh, I cannot lah.
If it is
I cannot ni.
so it's like 13. Yeah, 13.
Korang kena stop the gap at 30. Pasal nanti orang macam ada.
Hello, aku still got 5 more years boleh act of service tau dengan orang.
Tadi dia cakap sampai 25 kan. Aku dah macam kita tak boleh volunteer.
Dalam hati kau selamat.
So your youngest is 13.
Yeah. Mainly.
Oh, that's very young.
That's
That's
very
very
like
13-year-old.
12, 13, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very young.
Okay, I just want to ask you guys this one question. Like, when you were younger, did your parents like bring you up dengan macam going for all these volunteer works and all that? Because I think for most young people, right, dekat luar, like to think about volunteering is definitely not going to be the first thing on their mind. You know, when people like I've been young before, the first thing tahu weekend je nak main, tahu gini je nak enjoy, spend time dengan kawan. And then when it comes to macam a bit more older, especially macam ITE dah start ITE poly and all that, dah fikir ni weekend nak kena kerja, cari duit extra. But and usually those yang from my experience lah, those yang usually macam willing ataupun macam minat dengan volunteer work is because when diorang younger, the parents have always been sending them to do all these things lah. So jadi minat dia build up from there. Was it the same case for the both of you atau macam mana?
So for me, before MUDA, or before my first volunteer event that led up to MUDA, I never did anything volunteer wise other than school mandatory ones.
Yang terpaksa.
So to me, back then I would say that volunteering seemed like a waste of time to me. It seemed like it couldn't benefit me because still schooling, then everyone wants to try find part-time job to get money, right? More money, go out with friends, more fun. But after experiencing volunteering for the first, I just honestly went back and try. Macam maybe I nak experience how volunteering is. So the first volunteering event I did was, I think it's a grocery distribution. I did it with a couple of my secondary school friends.
Kawan-kawan ajak lah.
Kawan-kawan ajak lah. Bila pergi, it was honestly a lot of fun. And then, if I'm not wrong, there were not all volunteer events are like this, but the one that I went, I think iftar was provided. Is it? One of them iftar was provided. So to me, free food is a
So do you ensure that for your work? Essentially, it's a criteria, free food.
Let me try.
Actually, if I were to think back kan, dulu when I was in secondary school or primary school, bila aku kena buat CIP, right, my first question is like, will food be provided?
Kesian mak tak ada makan.
But for me, I think a bit different because since young, right, I was brought up to volunteer.
Oh, you?
Yeah. Like last time, bawah my block, there's this teenagers club. They call it teenage club last time, long time ago. But that one government one lah. So all the budak-budak yang macam degil-degil and problematic kids, right, will go down there. Tapi it was more how to say this it was more managed, right, to the point where they slowly macam ask us to do certain stuff macam because sebelah my place got masjid. So we will donate macam kita letak gantung bubur, and all this. Then as I reach secondary school, right, I don't volunteer in school, but I volunteer outside school. Tapi also pun government punya CC juga. And then that's where the whole what's the thing called macam the whole era of me just donating or volunteering works, right? Wow, just it's fun because got member. And you get to meet new people. And you know what's the best part? Every time meet new chickies.
There you go, guys. I'm not the only one, guys.
Yeah, it's true. And you get to meet, and they don't, because we meet new people every time, you know. And then macam dia ni pun gerik apa. Dia gerik apa. Like at the end of the day, semua pergi makan sama-sama.
Okay. Tapi untuk backing diriku ni dan Saiful, okay, dia sebenarnya, guys, tak kisah dia punya the drive to do that thing, the start drive untuk buat tu untuk apa sebenarnya tak bermakna. Macam Saiful dia fikir nak jumpa cikis baru. Macam ada yang just nak kepuasan diri, nak feel macam give back to the community. It doesn't matter sebenarnya. Pasal once you go for that drive, letak macam Saiful nak jumpa cikis kan, janji dia start pasal tu dia start dan dia start fall in love. Then mungkin kalau rezeki dia dapat jumpa cikis, makin banyak lah volunteer work.
Betul. Dulu sama lah macam itu, volunteer, then after that you be the one, right, that does the most, right. Tunjuk yang kau buat benda banyak lebih. Tapi pun tu
kena hero lah.
Dia ni hardworking
Padahal
tapi it didn't work that way lah.
Okay, for Shelita, how about you? Like
my parents are very like generous people, I would say. So like even though like dorang macam like if they have like money issues or whatever, that giving is like a number one thing for them. Kalau nampak, I've been raised to like, kalau nampak ada orang tengah minta derma, just give, tak kira. Kalau even if your like you only have your $10 note, just give. Sebab nanti your rezeki akan berlipat ganda. Yeah, so I learned from there. Like they never sent me down to any volunteering events per se, but just like observing and I just felt that like okay, kalau now sekarang like my parents are like busy with their work, they cannot really do anything much than like other than monetary. So I thought like maybe that's where I should like try do something lah. Tengok macam mana.
Okay.
I got a question for them. Korang considered Gen Zs kan? And like we all know lah, I mean I always say this, like Gen Zs kadang-kadang ada yang very problematic, ada yang kena tegur. Aku emotional, bukan problematic.
Oh, okay.
Ada yang macam kena tegur sikit then diorang tak boleh take it. And you guys run this volunteer work, and you guys have this whole age group yang you say about
400 lebih.
1,400
lebih.
So how you guys manage them, like with their attitude and their characters like this?
Mesti ada yang perangai-perangai, maju-maju ke. Pernah ada yang gaduh antara sesama ke.
Dating breakup
Yang cakap okay, we will turn up, sekali tak turn up, terus hilang.
So that's the thing about volunteering. So we don't expect them to come.
Okay.
Of course we will love it if everyone comes when they say they're gonna come. But we cannot impose our intention. Cannot impose our expectations on them whether they have to come or not. If it's in their heart, they will come lah. So we try not to force people to come. So anyone who comes is really out of their own will.
Okay. Maybe macam during the event itself, ada tak macam like these people macam gaduh ke macam panas sangat aku tak nak buat, or like dia dah buat apa yang kau kena buat, like this kind of things.
Statements like that normally is thrown out sarcastically lah. So example, we just did masjid cleaning at Masjid Kasim. Okay, so Masjid Kasim. Okay, masjid cleaning is one of the events that I personally enjoy most.
Okay.
Between seeing people that I've seen before or seeing new people, I think just clean the masjid with friends and talking with each other. Clean the toilet, play with water, splash at each other. Apa-apa lah, anything can become fun. So
Shut up.
Apa aku pun dulu pernah bikin. Aku pun kalau kau dengan member tak pernah adanya, mesti ada
Kira
satu
Gen Z
fire
ke
starter
millennial ke tetap go juga.
Budak tu budak.
Dulu kita pun pernah Gen Z juga.
Tak garden ambil dia punya spray.
Mesti ada salah satu ke. Lepas tu ada pakcik masuk,
Asal kau Liz, asal kau tengok aku macam gitu, macam aku tak pernah masuk masjid. Dia tengok aku macam Saiful masuk masjid. No, I never. Tak, muka dia macam ni tau. Saiful masuk masjid, dia masuk.
I'm just judging korang main air, not judging you go masjid. It's good you go masjid. Alhamdulillah. Continue, go back.
Okay, macam tadi soalan Liz tu, other than the macam cakap akan datang, lepas tu mungkin something happen tak boleh datang, ada any other macam problems that you face tak dengan
during the
time jaga volunteers?
For like those yang tak datang, we cannot like really tegur anything, right? So we just work on ourselves, like how do we combat that. So usually for like macam events that require a lot more manpower, even though like kalau like the masjid spring cleaning, walaupun like the masjid said that like okay 50 orang, but we ask for 60 just to, because we are already expecting that the lesser people gitu,
Just a buffer gitu.
there's a buffer gitu. So like either way masih we capai the 50 lah. And then like there was one more thing. And then the reporting time. Actually, one thing I realised, right, is Melayu memang janji Melayu. It's crazy.
Kenapa tu? Apa antara experience yang pernah alami tu?
So every time we put a reporting time, they will only show up 30 minutes later. So now we tell them to report 30 minutes earlier than that. So they really report at the
On time.
actual on time. Yeah.
Dia dah cakap ni orang.
One hour later.
Go an hour je.
Alamak, dah ada bocui. Dulu kau tahu tak, dulu dah ada commander dia orang hierarchy. Be down at the foyer at macam this 1:30. Habis the sergeant pula 12:30. Then after that become 11:30. Then become 10:30. Semua end up stand there for 4 hours.
Many times experience that already.
But does it work after you say like to come 30 minutes earlier?
Yeah, oh my gosh. The masjid clean up. Yeah, so the briefing is at 9. Okay, tapi kita suruh orang report 8:30. Then while I was on the way there, we opened our Telegram group chat of the volunteers. Then everyone was like, gonna be late, reaching at 9, estimated.
So macam just
yeah, I was like, okay, tak apa, don't worry, we'll just wait.
No, we all know.
Okay, apa dah? Silakan.
Tak apa. Aku tengah sejuk actually.
Tengah bergigit.
You all okay? Sejuk?
Yeah, okay.
Aku tengah panas
Dengan masjid je panas.
List rambut merah.
Okay, so macam tadilah, like other than that, like macam challenges pasal between one another, so far tak adalah. Only more to pasal the timing wise only lah.
Okay, I got a question. Sorry. Cakap pasal challenges kan. Other than the challenges you face with your volunteers, what are the challenges that korang pernah face in your own organisation team? Confirm, because there's a lot of things that you guys need to do back and before the event itself, right?
Yeah.
Was there any conflict or something, and how you guys resolve it?
I think it's actually the same problem. No? Is because we are all volunteers. Even I am a volunteer. So there are times where I have things I'm supposed to do, but I just feel like because school we get overwhelmed with school. Some people also have part-time work. So it's all about managing your time lah. So everyone operates on different schedules. So macam pada aku lah, bila aku tengah kerja part time, nak buat MUDA ni benda memang susah lah. So there was some weekend, especially last year lah. So last year I was working more part time. There was some distributions I wasn't able to go to. I wasn't able to attend because I was working. So whether it's attending an event or even helping the back end with admin work, most of the time things get delayed. I think it's all about being able to pick up from one another. So we have our own core team of volunteers. Yeah, so we're able to help each other, pick each other up where things go wrong.
Okay, but don't you feel like macam korang, for example, taking you guys as example, korang co-founder and founder, people would expect that every single event korang ada because korang the main prominent, right? So but like you said, there are times where you feel like you are too overwhelmed with school and everything. So how you overcome that bila orang macam kau founder apa asal kau tak ada?
For me personally, when it's more of a I just push through. So I always feel like this, but the moment I datang for an event, suddenly I feel happy. I think it's the company lah. Our volunteers are all very nice.
You just have to overcome that malas, that first step aja.
Actually, normally who does your planning? Macam for example, like if you all want to start a certain event or whatever, do people come to you ke? Normally you suggest the idea, then you all start planning, or we want to do this or certain stuff.
Okay, so another thing to add, right? I think the part that like, cause I also have my fair share of like up to like penat and all. But one thing that I really like about MUDA is that because we are all from different academic and socio-economic background, and so like example he poly part time and all, tapi saya JC, then like I had my A's and everything. But in our team also we had kids yang they are from ITE or like they baru habis O's or they even just Sec 2. So our schedules in the end, walaupun ada orang yang busy, there will be someone that is free
to cover.
To cover. So we felt that there's a lot more strength in that as compared to kalau like you have a school punya project which is just like all of your schedules all the same. So that's why a lot of our projects, even though like there's delays here and there, tapi eventually it still happens because there's people to pick you up, like stronger together gitu lah. Then for like, so how we operate, and because we also have our exco, so we realized that like it's very taxing on Anik and I to like always have to show up. Like there's so many events, like especially Ramadan, that we can have like 3 events in one day and we cannot like be everywhere. So then we also realized that this is also another opportunity to teach like younger kids, macam secondary school kids, like leadership opportunities. Sebab dekat sekolah is also very hard, and like there's a specific kind of criteria that they ask, or like your academic has to be super strong and all. So we wanted MUDA to also have that kind of like opportunity for you to try and lead. So that's why we have our exco. So we have 4 chairpersons. That we keep within the ages of 16 and 18. So it's like still relevant lah to like their targeted audience, right? So for like all the events, we let them go network, let them go and
Expose,
get that exposure as like chairs. So every year we get like new exco so that they have the experience. Then we also have like HR, which will handle all like the admin. Yeah, and then we have outreach, the TikToks and all. Yeah, so that's them that they'll ideate. Yeah, so we just want to give them a platform to explore. Then for the projects, we have like project teams. So sometimes it's like we have our own ideas, like the volleyball with Singapore Migrant Friends, that was his idea. Then like for Lepak, I work with Adelina. And then so and then in June also we're going to work together with Mitch Hub. You know, the one that Jufri has been going. We're working with them also for like a day. And then there are also initiatives that like volunteers say that, oh, I have this idea tapi I don't know how. Like example, we have one volunteer who this June also she wants to do a jalan-jalan initiative dengan elderly from Jamia, but she doesn't know how to approach. So that's why MUDA steps in. So actually back end we have like proposals, have to go through these specific meetings and everything. So at least when you approach the organisation, you know, oh, you can present with this proposal, then they're already okay, I know how much logs, I know what you want to do. There's actually a solid plan. You don't just approach and be like, oh, saya nak tolong tapi you don't know how you want to help.
So the planning untuk propose tu is very important. Okay. I just want to ask also, when you first started MUDA kan, how many people were there already with you? Is it kira macam are they like the main core team ke macam mana?
Okay, so we had like our first exco, chair, vice chair, and then we had 8 other members. Yeah,
so there's total 10 of you.
Yeah, 10 of us.
Okay.
8 years, but now they are like, we give them the advisory board punya position. So they oversee like the outreach teams, because they were from the outreach and HR team. So now like they are those who tegur lah. Dulu kita kena tegur kan, sekarang diorang tegur first for someone else. Yeah, gitu.
Alright. So when and what do you think that you did yang buat makin ramai untuk join? Because I think a lot of people dekat luar sana akan ada buat macam diorang punya own charity drive, akan buat diorang punya own volunteer punya groups and all that. But to get 1,400 people is definitely something amazing yang tak ramai orang boleh bikin. What do you guys think yang korang bikin yang buat ramai yang nak join ataupun dapatkan ramai volunteer tu?
I think a lot of it is thanks to the outreach actually. So through some of the TikToks that we've done, some of them blew up to the point where even I didn't expect it to blow up. I think our dynamic works because I'm quite a pessimist. She's more optimistic about it. Yeah, so she always say like, this TikTok is good, I think it will blow up, we can get more volunteers. And I'll be like, this kind of TikTok don't need to post. I don't think it will do well.
Dia macam ada macam yang satu go je lah, yang satu macam
elak.
Yin and yang goes well very well together.
Betul ya. So which year so korang 4 years already, right? Which year yang really boom in the number of volunteers, kalau you boleh ingat?
Okay,
22 or 23?
I know last year we did capai 1,000.
Last year
we
was
did
the time
capai
we reached.
1,000 like during Ramadan.
No, but I think the
Before
big growth
that-
happened in 2022.
Yeah.
I think it was through one of the TikToks lah actually. And it was a point where we were getting too many volunteers for certain events.
So just from the TikTok itself, people start registering themselves already.
Registering, and they came down for events. So I remember quite vividly. So there was one event we called for 50 volunteers for I think grocery distribution around Eunos area. And 70 plus people came.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, a lot of people, but for the first time, the volunteer event normally takes about 2-3 hours. We finish it in about an hour plus. But there were so many people, so each distribution, I think me personally, I only did like 2 levels, and then that's it. Because there was so many people to give out.
What was the TikTok video that made everybody?
I think it's still pinned on the. Is it 2022 or 2023? I can't remember.
Let me check that.
But I also think it's because like we make the untuk sign up jadi volunteer process easy. A lot of times they require you to hantar IC or like you have to be strong academically.
There's some verifications and all that.
Interview. So for us, like we open the sign ups for like it's just put in your name.
Google form,
Yeah,
right?
Google form,
Yeah.
So then that you'll get added to the tele channel, and then that's all the ad hoc stuff. All the like just one time event.
Kira
gitu.
tak banyak requirement lah untuk join
betul,
Muda
yeah.
SG. Okay.
So they say from the tele, oh got this event. Okay, I just
Just
turun.
letak nama, letak nama, then after that you just come down.
Just come down.
Gitu.
Okay.
Made it simple for them.
It's only that for like macam exco ataupun like the outreach committees, there are few things lah macam send your previous staff gitu, that interview, but it's much more santai, I would say that.
Yeah, so I'm checking years 2023.
2023. Okay.
The video itself to this date has about 99,000 views.
Oh, 99.
And that was I think one of the first few TikToks that the traction, it blew up a lot.
So which project was that?
So this was just one of the distributions.
Oh, we're asking like, oh, you want to volunteer this Ramadan, like no commitment. Yeah, the no commitment.
No commitment always
Yeah.
attract people.
Alright.
Okay, I wanna ask the both of you, throughout the 4 years korang did this MUDA thing, right? Which is the most memorable experience that you ever faced till today you remember, and which is the most stressful event that korang ingat until today?
Most memorable one dulu lah. Kita start with
Memorable
that
lah.
first.
I would say, okay, it's not, I wouldn't say it's an event, but it's what volunteers say to me. Okay,
Okay.
background. Saya budak Raffles. Okay, yeah. So, one thing that I noticed was that a lot ada pandangan yang budak Raffles ni sombong, or like dorang
Correct.
apa tu.
Kau tak relax Liz.
That's her. She did it, I guess.
Liz dia tak sempat pause Liz.
No, because I know people from no offense, I know people from RGS, and then they be like, kau budak RGS ber, kau tak faham ber.
They have that
Cakap,
kind of vibe
yeah,
like that.
then aku macam kau asal
Sabar.
Liz dia takut Liz nampak kau punya minatnya sangat Liz.
Kau tak kasih dia habis demi sentence kau dah. Correct. Relax je.
sorry.
Okay,
Dia tak gitu, Liz. Dia tak gitu.
yeah, so one of our friends, Umar Kois, he initiated the, okay, because now we are selling this MUDA SG jersey. But the 100% of the profit is going to Mercy Relief's Palestine Fund. Yeah, so it's like initiated by him. And he's a good close friend, and I will still vividly remember it was last year. He was like, Syita, tak sangka sih aku akan dapat kawan dari Raffles. And it hit me, and at that point I was like, oh, why would he feel this way? And then I dapat tahu that like, oh, just because like of his background, he feels that like, oh, there will never be an opportunity for him to interact and mix around with anyone else. So that is what pushes me to continue with like MUDA, so that like people from everywhere can just buat kawan like on the same level. Yeah, tak pandang. Yeah, gitu.
Okay. Ani pula, which event ataupun which situation yang buat you most memorable lah pada you?
I think to me the most memorable is memang kita punya first event together. So especially with our original ESCO.
Okay.
So the first event where the Bazaar Besari, yang we were given about 200 pre-love clothes. MK against, right? They didn't know what to do. So we decided of Bazaar Besari. I think the whole planning process, because we did it in 2 weeks. So having to plan everything in 2 weeks, it was also the most stressful, I think.
2 in 1.
It was the most stressful and the most memorable. I think that's why it's the most memorable, because of how much stress we had to go through.
Lagi the first one sekali kan. So
I do remember not everyone was agreeing on certain things. There were obviously a lot of arguments internally. However, I think in 2 weeks we managed to give out almost all the clothes.
2 weeks
So in 2 weeks we planned an event hosted at Hick Road RC. Yunus RC. Sorry.
Okay.
So Yunus RC, we managed to print flyers, managed to put it at the lift of dia punya rental flats. So then we also went door to door. I think they gave us a list of apartments, so we go went door to door. Tell them, this weekend we're having Bazaar Bestari. Please come down. It's pre-love clothes. You can take for free. It's free lah. So,
Okay.
so I think what we did was we opened one day to the residents, the next day to public. So the first day to the residents really pushed for residents to come on the Saturday. And then on Sunday we started publicizing to for public to come down, take whatever you want. It's
Macam
free,
shifting
pre-love
kind
clothes.
of.
Shifting for free for Raya.
Alright. Okay, I just want to ask you guys. I know that you guys, macam tadi you guys mention, you guys not NGO ke, not government funded ke, and all that, right? So where do you get macam there are definitely things yang memang tak boleh escape, memang nak kena keluar duit sendiri. Macam for example you mention flyers. Habis let's say macam you nak buat the pop-up stand apa ni semua, nak kena beli dia punya racking, the food untuk iftar budak-budak semua yang datang. Where do you get ni? Is it like from your own pocket money ke?
Okay. So this is why like it was one of the things that we noted that we use are unaware of like the MMOs and all, because actually they themselves receive a lot of government grants, tapi they don't have the ideas on how to execute projects and all. So that's where we try and link that up. So all of our events are basically like partnerships. All partnerships. So for Lepak we partnered with Mendaki and MQ Geylang Serai. So that's where they just give the money and then kita buat lah. Gitu.
Okay.
But of course there are also some events where like we just at the start really we fucked up a lot. We fucked up a lot.
The flyers it was a really last minute thing. We didn't even think about flyers. So
Tak sabar Saiful, dia cakap fucked up a lot, bukan not what we thought.
Aku dengar.
Saiful dia muka tak boleh sembunyi, dia macam did she just say that?
Forked.
braces punya
She said it many times.
And she said after saying that they work with Mendaki, that made aku macam
wait, what?
Aku realize tapi aku senyap je.
Yeah, same. I saw his face.
Okay, sorry, silakan.
I think it's the braces punya pelat lah. Tercakap.
Okay, the flyer.
So
Apa je?
I forked. So I had to fork out some of my own money. It was also a last minute thing, so we didn't even think about it until the day before. So I had to find like 2-3 hours to find like those 24-hour printing services. I had to call them and say, can you please print this A5 one side please, how much is it? Then just collect on the day itself. The next day then we distribute lah. At the start there were quite a few events where a lot of different volunteers had to fork out their own money. But I think it's all from the good of their heart lah also.
It's for a good cause.
I think also sebab macam like at the start like we said, like some didn't really fully trust us. Ni budak-budak mana tahu.
Correct.
Like they don't. It's kind of like investing also lah. Diorang tak percaya that we can like make it successful. So they wouldn't want to fork out money. They don't want to waste money on them. So like we were just use our money first, then prove boleh lah. That's why the subsequent years, that's why up to today, like this our 4th Bazaar Bestari, none of the cost is covered by volunteers anymore.
That means you build up your portfolio good enough,
like
yang diorang boleh trust.
Well done.
Good job guys.
Alright, so dalam you punya portfolio ni kan, like what are some companies that you have actually worked or collaborated with? Tadi ada Mendaki,
Variasi, MQ, Jamia. We work with also Darul Ihsan, Sun Mitch Hub.
Muhammadiyah also.
Muhammadiyah. We didn't talk about Project Felix. His first project.
Let's talk about it.
Felix.
Bukan happy.
They're beaming.
Are you waiting for this?
It was a one-off project. It was during COVID. I think it was something like was maximized during the COVID time. So it's a online fundraiser concert.
Okay.
Correct. Okay lah.
Project dia tau, tapi dia
Online fundraiser concert.
How to phrase it lah.
Okay.
So we basically we reached out to a lot of different artists. So okay, from the start we want to raise funds for Muhammadiyah Welfare Home. They wanted to build a kitchen at the time. Or they needed funds to help build a kitchen.
Okay.
So what we did was I always wanted to do a fundraiser but concert. But obviously I didn't have the knowledge or facilities to make such an event lah.
Okay.
So especially because it was COVID, so the prospect of online concerts was quite booming at the time.
Correct.
So I thought, why not we make use of this time? We come up with this thing called Project Felix.
Okay.
So of course, if I'm not wrong, it was long ago. Felix means happy. Felix means happy in Latin, I think, or something like that. Yeah, so I thought, I want to bring good vibe. It's for good cause also. So we got some our up and coming artists. Some were just some of my friends who could sing.
Okay.
So artists like who can you mention?
Shah Smooth was one.
Oh yeah.
Shah
The other one.
dia dah tak
Tiba-tiba ada spangle dia dah come out.
Like Shah's
Sarah Shazlina.
betul. Yeah, and they did it out of their own free will. Like we didn't pay, so we're like really grateful.
So they volunteered too lah.
It is.
They sent us like 1 or 2 songs pre-recorded lah. So we just anyway we just got we even got one of I even got my cousin involved. My cousin was in media production, so she could edit lah. So she was the one who helped edit everything and put it all in one video. And we just live streamed it on one day and opened the donations as well. And the donations ran for the whole of Ramadan.
It was from December to Ramadan. Yeah,
December to Ramadan. Yeah, so
it was 9,000. Yeah,
It's a good amount.
and then because we opened it for a while, we managed to carry over also into I think the second Bazaar Basari. So during the second Bazaar Basari, we just put up the QR code or poster say like when people were checking out their free items, they say like, oh, by the way, if you want to donate to Project Felix, they want to do blah blah blah. Mama dia work at home kitchen. Donate to Mama dia work at home because they want to help the kitchen.
So they donate lah through the QR
So,
code.
Okay. That's cool say online concert.
I want to know. So bila you mention macam you reached out to macam different artists ke apa kan untuk help out dengan this fundraising punya ni. How was it? Was it hard? Ada yang ni because definitely untuk macam sama juga macam kita when we want to collaborate with somebody, kita pun kena DM and I just want to know lah macam for your side pasal you guys definitely kira macam it's for volunteer punya work. So there's nothing that I would say can offer back. And artis kadang susah sikit. That one we cannot deny because they are doing this for diorang punya own livelihood kan. How is it? Is it hard to get people to come on board? Macam mana? Senyum boleh macam je bang. Macam ada cerita je bang.
Dua-dua belah tu dia tengok dia.
Macam mana dia tahu ni?
Dia memang susah lah, but I think it comes to a point where we created a long list of people. So maybe local artist yang kawan I kenal ke, yang maybe dia kenal dia dengan dia. So we just created a long list and make sure we had backup. So even if we couldn't get any artist, we would have been fine with having like kawan-kawan ke nak, as long as you can see. Because at the end of the day is one also they can promote themselves lah. So if they if they are unknown and they maybe have intentions to go into the music industry,
It's a good platform for them lah.
Because it's still on YouTube to this day. So if anyone wants to watch it, they can just watch Concert Felix on
Felix. You will check that out.
Dekat mana diorang nak check it out ni?
So it's on MUDA Edge's YouTube channel.
Alright.
I mean I think that's our only YouTube post.
Nak cari tak susah lah.
So we created a YouTube channel just for that project to live stream it on that day. And then it's just still there.
Okay, talking about the companies, I realize you guys never mentioned one company, but I want to know more about the initiative. The one that korang collaborated with SGFR.
That was recent. That was so
the
recent.
recent one.
Okay, so how we did SGFR was because of Lepak. So for Lepak, me, Adlina, we were thinking like who would you want to listen to? And then we thought of like at the same time we wanted Lepak to be like untuk like after I said right, Buddha is to naikkan like bangsa Melayu, right? And then we felt that like SGFR, they also are youth. Like Haikal is 22, he's young, you know, but he's actually like so successful in that area. So we wanted to bring him down, and so I reached out, and again like susah tau, hantar email, and then like their emails are actually like super bombarded. Tapi nasib because our volunteer base besar kan, and now ada orang yang kenal. So then we managed to get in contact, and then they were really willing to do it. And at the same time also we reached out to Rumi punya founders. So we just grouped them together as like their panel discussion will be about entrepreneurship and youths, which is like would appeal to like maybe youths yang baru nak start up, or like what are the challenges that they have at the moment. So from there we got to know them, and then our volunteers itself like Akasha, Firdaus, or they also got connected because after it's a networking event. So they got connected with SGFR. Then SGFR the previous year they did a distribution dekat Wat Tanjung for Prime, but they told us that like they didn't have, the youths didn't come down. It was like also a secret thing, so they just appeared, and then they realized it didn't really go that well because pakcik tak tahu. So then we decided to take a shift on it, because again, like MUDA is like we want to encourage positive behavior right amongst you. So kita ambil as like, okay fine, kita work with a masjid, and then the masjid so they do 20 rakaat. Which is something that most youths don't put their time into, right?
Maknanya perlukan energi dari prime ni.
Tapi it's more like they buat the 20 rakaat plus witir, baru diorang dapat the prime.
Jadi reward
To motivate. And a lot showed up, like 400 budak-budak. Like ada yang ada yang crutches juga yang datang.
Just for prime.
Aku say.
Solat atas kerusi all. But like so it is also some of the kids first time terawih, or like first time 20 rakaat. So it's I would say a positive and very successful event.
Alright. That's amazing, man. The fact that I mean it sounds like a very simple movement, but the fact that it could bring like 400 plus
a very positive
kids
outcome.
I think I know when I think when it was put out on paper, definitely a lot of questions were being asked. Macam ya ke dengan air prime ni boleh ke bawa budak-budak? Do you guys face those kind of questions as well?
Of course lah. These kind of questions will always come up, but I think it's about making sure that the event runs smoothly and successfully, and then it's the the post-event. The post-event matters. So maybe showing everyone like, wow, look how the kids have come.
Tapi yang
lah,
budak je lah boleh dapat. Yang pakcik-pakcik stay 20 dapat juga.
Kau nak bagi
Pakcik mengamuk kalau tak dapat. Pakcik pun stay 20 rakaat.
Kau pun nak try ni.
Mana tahu kalau ada second round.
But your execution was flawless. The way you all explain how you all run the events and everything. Wow, I cannot imagine how an event will be so. The thing is, we know how events run, and we know how difficult it is to run events also. But the way you guys do it, right, it's just.
Salute.
Really amazing.
And I just want to ask, like, actually, what is in your vision, you punya goal untuk MUDA in the next, let's say, 2-3 years to come?
Should I explain the mission vision? Okay, so kita ada fikir, the MUDA actually ada maksud, like
it's an acronym like that.
Okay, so basically visi kita adalah sebuah masyarakat madani yang usahakan, laksanakan daripada yang restart.
Okay.
Rewind. Dilaksanakan. Okay. Sebuah masyarakat madani yang dilaksanakan daripada usaha dan dedikasi kami, kerana inilah amanah sebagai orang muda. So the key is the madani, usaha, dedikasi, amanah.
Okay.
So it's the muda. So we want to just we just want to promote more youths to be more active in the community, because like community service is not just tolong like low income or anything. There's a lot of different areas. Kalau awak pandai lukis, like for Lepak, the tokens that we give to the speakers were actually drawn by like volunteers, and portraits by volunteers. So that's also volunteer. Then we also have art program, macam dengan Variasi previously they held an arts program sebelum iftar, so like if you're arty-farty you can leverage on your strength in that. So we always feel that like there are different causes that you can be passionate about and help and give back. So that's that lah.
This is really something new for me, especially because macam like kita dengar lah when it comes to volunteer, kerja amal apa ini. So most of the time is always to help the
less fortunate.
the less fortunate ataupun orang yang memerlukan and all that. Tak pernah macam
have fun at the same time.
Some of it sounds very self-help. You realize like macam the community, right? Some of them, maybe some of the volunteers themselves actually need that help, but because they are in this community, they don't realize that actually I'm also getting that help, right?
I think it's also because like a lot of things in the volunteer community that we realize is macam there's this like you are the there's a volunteer, then there is someone on the receiving end. So that's something that like we observe from like grocery distribution. It just doesn't make sense yang ada orang daripada west come to the east just to distribute to another youth. So we want to create like a community. That's why we don't have any like academic requirement or this and that, like whoever. So like kalau awak nak tolong, you can just help out regardless.
Correct. I nak propose satu event yang you boleh bikin. Kita boleh volunteerkan list lah. Pasal kita rasa dia pun memerlukan juga.
I know what's coming.
Healing circle.
Dia macam duduk berbincang like our problems and all this. Dia macam very psychological thing, you know.
Macam podcast.
Dia mungkin ini kena buat lebih kerap lah. Mungkin seminggu sekali. Pasal selalu bermasalah kadang.
So nanti lama-lama kemenaan
Wah, yang
bila
boleh.
perlu healing kita hantar. Dah heal patah balik.
Then like that Saiful also need to go because kau saja cari pasangan aku.
Dah start gaduh. Dia dah start gaduh dah.
Alright, so I just want to ask you guys, ni something that I would say like mungkin lah a bit panas because the thing is ramai sangat orang yang cakap bila buat amal ataupun bila buat something yang macam volunteer and all this, jangan record and jangan post. Kira kan macam some see it as macam tak ikhlas and all that. I just want to ask like, what korang punya take on this? Pernah tak kena dekat diri korang sendiri ke? Pernah receive those kind of feedback ke?
I think for us also, like that's why we did not reveal ourselves as co-founders until like this year. Yeah, because like we didn't want that conflict, and at the same time also we didn't want people to tie like MUDA to like us. We want to keep it as like a community kind of thing. Bila orang tanya je baru then we start, okay fine, maybe there's a story to share. And like and then we realized also that's why for a lot of the things on like the TikTok and all, really we try to focus on like the volunteers themselves. Another thing that in the 5 that one is that kita notice yang banyak youth dorang tak pandai document, so that's where they lose out as compared to like everyone else. Dorang memang they do help out, they volunteer all, tapi dorang they don't get the hours. So when dorang nak apply for like scholarship ke, nak pergi overseas all this and that, they lose out on that. So so for MUDA we like tell them that like you shouldn't be like ashamed of this, like you should be proud you are actually genuinely helping. So like we want to acknowledge that you take this VI hours, you take this acknowledgement letter, you go and just apply and everything. So you just want to
So you provide that kind of support for them also lah.
So then at the same time, so we have like, okay, like our outreach team is also like volunteers. Like they themselves yang record orang, they themselves that the photographers and all, they do it out of their own free will, ikhlas. So we use that opportunity that like make sure we like, okay, I tell like the outreach team to focus that kalau ada event, just take picture of the volunteers. So at least kan there's like some proof that they actually did help out and all, because it will actually benefit them more.
Betul.
And then for like for media coverage, usually like the volunteers don't even request. Like I started to insist on it. Like for example, like Lepak, because Adlina went through a lot. Like there was a lot of plays, a whole full-fledged like she should have been paid for it. You know, it's the kind of standard that she gave. So I felt like that's the minimum that we can give lah, for people to know, and people can also gain, like be inspired to also be able to do lah. Yeah, itu.
Correct. And I think I also mentioned this before in some of kita punya previous podcast. Documenting ataupun taking video, taking macam spreading out the messages, tak semestinya untuk menunjuk orang yang kita buat kerja. Bukan nak tunjuk orang, aku bagus tau, aku buat volunteer work. Bukan. It's from MUDA punya point of view, I can see that it's to help spread ataupun membesarkan lagi community yang diorang dah build up. So and definitely kita pun tahulah, when you have more volunteers, more work can be done. When you have more volunteers, more places in Singapore ataupun more events yang boleh cover as a team. So jangan always pandang someone yang video ataupun someone yang post out about them doing work is untuk menunjuk, bukan.
But I think even if let's say they want to menunjuk, right, at least they are doing something rather than the people yang cakap kau menunjuk tapi tak buat apa-apa. You know what I mean? Yes, on point. So it's like biar orang nak tunjuk ke tak tunjuk ke suka hati.
Dia dah fanatik.
Sabar.
Kalau you perlu macam crisis management officer, dia ada.
Dia akan turun. Kalau semangat dia akan turun.
Pakcik komen dia hentam.
Orang yang akan defend orang yang teraniaya.
Okay lah, last, kita ada last question untuk you. What is you punya advice to those yang mungkin nak start volunteering ataupun ada yang what do you think is the most important thing to run macam charity punya event ataupun community macam gini?
I think my advice first, just try. Because you never know. It's a very cliche saying. Cliche saying. Memang it's a cliche saying lah. But to me, you don't want until you try. Best kalau nak pergi volunteering, pergi dengan kawan-kawan. Baru best, baru fun, ada members.
Betul.
That's how I started lah personally. With friends, having mindless conversations while distributing groceries. Can start from something as simple as that. As long as it's all about starting lah.
Correct.
Belum try belum tahu.
That's how we started also, right?
Correct. Start apa?
Tak ada.
Kira start apa?
If I yourself?
Yeah, I have to agree. Just try first. Maybe it might not even be at MUDA. Maybe you want something that is more like specific. There are a lot of NPOs, NGOs, MMOs out there that require help, like long term as well. So you can just try. And if you are not interested in that area, there's a lot. Like always know that there's many different ways that you can give back to community. It's not just labor work. Yeah, like even for MUDA, like for our exco, or they get the hours for planning all this on the back end. Some of them they don't they're not able to show up, but to help, like example for HR, we need people who can help draft out the letters, help with the attendance side of things, and they deserve to be awarded for that because they are actually helping naikkan orang lain. You know what I mean?
The people management skills should be recognized.
Exactly. So there's a lot of different ways that can give back to community. Just give it a try. Yeah.
Okay, before we go, macam mana kalau seandainya ada any of kita punya viewers ke yang tengah dengar kita ni podcast ke ni, macam macam best je community ni, nak join macam mana ni? Cuba sharing sikit.
You can go to mudasg.org, mudasg.org. That's our link tree, and then you have all the socials that you can check out. You can sign up there as well.
The Telegram?
Yeah,
the Telegram group chat is only when they volunteer lah.
So after you sign up, the sign up is volunteer.mudasg.org. Yeah, so once you sign up there, then there's a link for you to join.
So perlukan apa-apa? Setakat nama saja?
Nama, your age,
contact details,
the basic, basic stuff. You don't need to like explain why you want to volunteer. Like that's just a short. Do we even still have that? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, but it's like there's no like we won't reject.
Okay, kalau seandainya korang semua pergi dekat tu website, lepas tu korang nampak ada reason nak join, korang cakap AKP suruh. Okay lah guys, jadi kita dah sampai ke penghujung podcast kita untuk kali ni. I want to say thank you so much to the both of you. Thank you so much MUDA-SG, all the volunteers at MUDA-SG. You guys are freaking awesome. Keep doing what you guys are doing and keep inspiring all the other youngsters out there. Definitely
like Liz.
Tapi guys, jangan lupa sebelum kita ke mana-mana, jangan lupa untuk follow MUDA.SG dekat diorang punya social media, especially on TikTok, MUDA.SG, dengan Instagram sama juga, MUDA.SG. Dan sebelum kita akhiri kita punya podcast ni, kita akan bersama dengan teman-teman kami daripada AceRealtorsSg. Kita akan jumpa korang sebentar saja nanti.
You are now listening to Sembang Panas Podcast.
Alright guys, so kita finally back dengan another product talk set ataupun sponsor talk set bersama salah seorang yang sangat-sangat outspoken dalam AceRealtorsSg.
Yang disebut-sebutkan.
Ramai kalau kau dengar Safia mati macam ni advertisement kau kat radio. Kasih teaser sikit.
Bob Sofia.
Dia bukan Bob the Builder. Salah Bob. Betul Os. Bob the Realtor.
Okay, cuba nak tanya dulu sebelum mula. Kenapa Bob? Selalu Bob orang yang gemuk jadi keeper.
Okay. Okay. Actually Bob pun tak tahu kenapa sebenarnya dah time Bob kecil-kecil Mak dah is my family yang call me Bob. It's not that I grow up macam I want to call myself Bob. My parents yang Bob pergi, Bob balik, Bob pergi, Bob balik. So when I do property, I was trying to think macam mana how to I bring myself closer to people. So I thought okay, why not I bring my family name in.
Okay, kenapa diorang like your family call you Bob dulu? Like ada sebab ke?
Mungkin sakit kot. Tak tahu lah sebenarnya. Tak tahu lah. Kan budak-budak kalau orang-orang dulu kalau nama Rafi sakit dia jadi
Ya betul nama.
So maybe I don't know.
Dulu kau gemuk tak?
Tak gemuk. Always macam gini dia selalu.
Dah langgar hukum Bob ni.
Selalunya orang panggil Bob pasal
Gems.
Tapi ni pun sekarang taklah berapa kurus kan. Gemuk juga.
Mungkin nama for the future.
For the future. So future building up
Sebab dia tak nak jadi sportsman.
Okay, so sekarang kita dah ada the long awaited Bob Sofian kan. So aku nak start tanya soalan panas
Kau ni dah panas.
Baru second question.
My first question to Bob sekarang kalau kau nampak dekat industri kan, banyak artis-artis yang tak ada job macam ID sekarang ni. Diorang tukar jadi ejen rumah. Okay, do you think is the easy way out for them? And korang rasa threatened tak? Because these people already have diorang punya existing fan base.
Okay, kalau tanya Bob, they may have a slight advantage, but not all know how to maximize the exposure yang diorang ada. Contoh I could be a singer for instance, but I do not know how to sell myself. It's a different landscape altogether. Dulu pasal suara aku sedap, aku nyanyi semua orang tepuk tangan. Tapi hari ni aku nak suruh orang jual rumah dengan aku. Macam mana pula I want to lingo them to
takkan nak nyanyi kat orang kan?
Takkan nak nyanyi kan? Takkan abang saya punya commission 2% saya beli. Takkan macam mana kan? Betul lah. Takkan nak rap. Betul lah.
Kalau boleh rap cool juga
Kalau boleh.
Okay. Abang, can I set an appointment with you?
Okay, I had a follow-up question to that.
Okay, go.
And sekarang ni, I wouldn't say recently actually dah lama, cuma sometimes this famous agent rumah, diorang terbabit lah dalam skandal-skandal ke, diorang buat benda-benda yang tak bagus.
Nama dia Bob Sofian, orang yang
you?
Baik.
I mean but naturally diorang akan macam from this company sama juga. Does it affect korang and how korang overcome that one?
Kalau nak cakap tak ada, bohong lah. Because we are on the ground most of the time, right? So sometime or other orang akan relate. Dia dari era ke Prom Next kemarin aku dah nampak ada lepak dengan dia ni. Macam they won't say out loud. But yalah, tak orang tak kita, dia mesti ada kaitan kan.
Betul.
So how you overcome that?
How you overcome? Kita action tak dengar. Ada baiknya kita tak dengar. Pasal nanti kadang bila orang in a situation macam tengah marah, right? Kita kalau layan dia, then kita get into trouble. Betul lah. So it's better just action tak dengar, walk away, go and do something else.
Dengar tu korang, action tak dengar.
Betul. Tiba kau macam kau pula yang terbabit dalam tu.
In general
buat dia je lah.
Betul, buat
dia je.
Okay Bob, kau aku dah nampak kau banyak kali, especially, and I've always been talking to you pasal kau that outspoken guy yang selalu hubung aku dekat event. Every time kita akan nampak terserempak each other and all that. And finally mungkin tergerak hatinya lah kita dapat work together right now. So aku nak tanya like, as someone yang dah buat booth as in almost everywhere and for the longest time, apa karina-karina ataupun pelik-pelik punya perangai orang-orang yang ada yang bila tengok booth kau ke, bila kau approach ke, yang kau pernah face?
For instance lah, I am marketing a property and I put the listings kan. Okay, for sale. Sekali dia datang, bang, ni 4 bilik, tak boleh lah jual 600,000.
Dia tak ada pricing pula.
Dia pula ajar. Of course, kita takkan plug the numbers just from the sky. We will have our own facts to prove why is it worth it.
Correct.
Kan dia datang, bang, ini 600 mahal sangat lah. Apa dah jadi ni? Macam tertiba dia jadi SPV ke, dia jadi private owner ke, macam itu. Itulah kadang-kadang. Habis yang another one cakap typical. Sellers will say, oh, rumah saya bagus, pasal MRT depan, pasar bawah, itu ini. Dia cerita semua yang bagus. Tapi kalau kita reverse the whole situation, kita cakap pasar kat bawah, maksudnya rumah akan berbau. Betul. Bising, akan ada tikus, lipas dan sebagainya. But they refuse to see. They only want to tell you the good part. Dah jadi macam dia nak jual dekat kita.
Ada tak diorang macam pernah diorang cakap, oh, my rumah should be sold at this price. What do you think?
Ini orang kadang-kadang nama dia show sendiri. Betul. Ada. It's not uncommon. Buyers nak beli semurah-murahnya. Seller nak jual semahal-mahalnya. Tapi kalau kita put them in the situation, we ask them back, engkau ni hari ni penjual, cuba kau jadi pembeli, nak tak kau beli rumah kau dengan harga macam ni? Jadi macam jadi orang akan faham kenapa kita arrive to these numbers.
Kalau diorang sengaja macam, aku kalau bayar aku beli,
dan jangan jual lah. Betul. Buat apa nak jual? Betul. Pasal bila kau jual, kau juga yang nak beli.
Betul.
Jangan jual lah.
I think aku rasa one of the things that people misconcept lah. One of the big, even for myself dulu, like people ingat bila kan orang selalu cakap jual beli rumah dengan ejen ni, for example. So orang ingat pasal kau jual, ejen tu yang beli, padahal bukan ejen tu. Ejen tu tolong kau jual dekat orang lain.
Betul. Property dia.
Dia cakap dia sell dekat ejen, macam ejen tu yang nak beli.
Ejen tu cakap aku tahu jual, relax.
Kadang-kadang yalah, there are some hard situations where kita as an agent is being put tau. Contoh awak tak boleh tahu cakap rumah saya ada matahari masuk. Mana boleh change the facts, right? If matahari masuk, maknanya matahari masuk.
Betul.
Tapi dia cakap awak tak boleh cakap pasal matahari masuk. Matahari actually dia slant sikit. Pasal bila saya tutup langsir tak masuk. Mesti lah masuk. Kadang-kadang yalah, this is part and parcel of
itu kira bila apa? When you promoting the person's
when
house.
I am marketing a property, sekali dia datang, sekali orang tanya, can you show me the compass?
Okay.
Check facing
check whether is it a north south facing or east west facing. Sekali dia cakap, awak tak boleh cakap pasal matahari. Habis nak cakap macam mana matahari nak simpan kat mana?
This is why banyak agent prefer kalau you tengah market the house kan, jangan owner dekat sana.
Normally kalau Bob yang buat, I am the marketing agent, Bob akan cakap, abang, adik, pakcik, makcik, whoever dia, duduk je dan diam, jangan buat apa-apa, biar Bob aja yang berbual. Pasal kadang-kadang yalah, maybe dorang punya niat nak membantu, to give more information, tapi bila tanpa dorang sedari, benda yang dia cakap tu orang tak suka.
Betul.
Contoh rumah saya bagus, MRT nampak. Bagi dia suka pasal dia tahu MRT jalan atau tidak. Tapi dia tak tahu yang MRT tu jalan bising. To them dah biasa kan. So this is something yang kadang-kadang
cakap pasal ni, aku ada experience satu. Aku nak beli rumah dulu. So aku dah pergi to different houses, right? So there was this one house. Bila masuk rumah dia, layout dia punya macam deco dia, semua was okay to me. Aku the moment we walked in, right, aku tengok shoe tengok, aku cakap this is a house. Kita dah pergi bilik. Kita dah pergi bilik, kita dah tengok toilet, kita dah pergi dapur. The selling point, ataupun the strongest part was the dapur. It was exactly whatever that I wanted. Open concept, cabinet semua baru, barang semua. Habis ada dry kitchen, wet kitchen, everything toilet besar. So bila kita dah keluar balik tu, Then aku tengah was looking around. So sambil ejen aku tengah berbual kan. So ejen aku dengan ejen yang seller tu tengah berbual. Jadi bila aku tengok then makcik tu datang. Makcik tu dengan anak dia. Jadi berbual. And aku punya orang, aku very concerned whether pernah ada orang mati tak kat rumah tu. Itu aku dah penakut kan. Jadi itu aku main concern. Lipas ke apa ke gua tak kisah. Pernah ada orang mati tak, tu yang aku nak tahu. Jadi aku macam tanya-tanyalah, sini okey tak, pasal rumah dia kan koridor lagi. So aku tanya jiran okey ke tidak apa semua. Makcik tu punya jawapan, sini bagus. Dulu time pakcik mati, jiran semua tolong. Bila dia cakap itu, dia cakap kau tahu lah suara makcik macam mana. Ejen dia pusing.
Shit.
Ejen
Terus
aku
dia
pusing. Terus aku dah macam ya tu apa gini semua. Terus kita turun bawah. Terus turun bawah. Ejen aku tahu apa. Ejen aku tengok aku, I know, no need to say. Dapat tahu the same thing macam apa Bob cakap tadi. The agent advise the auntie the same thing. Cakap kalau let's say orang datang ke apa, jangan berbual, biar kita yang berbual. So I think that does it happen frequent atau macam mana Bob?
Frequent lah. Very frequent. Sampaikan each time when I do a presentation, saya cakap leave it all to me. You tell me, I tell them what is needed to be told. Pasal kadang-kadang kalau orang tak tanya, kita bilang kadang-kadang information overload.
Betul.
That's I know what you are looking for. Right? So I tell you what you are looking for. I will advise you properly whether is this Ihsan. The factuals we don't like. Betul tak? Tapi kalau orang tanya macam okay, Bob, kau last renovate rumah berapa puluh ribu?
Okay.
Kalau Bob tak tahu, Bob tak payah jawab apa. I'm not lying, right? Tapi kalau owner dah bilang Bob, dah jadi Bob punya tanggungjawab pula untuk nak bilang. Betul tak?
Betul lah.
Jadi Bob, I choose not to know better.
Betul. Speaking of berbual lah, aku ada satu, bapak aku pernah, dia bawa aku, kita nak beli rumah sama my mom and my dad. Then after that kita orang dah masuk dalam rumah ni. So sama juga the owner of the house was there juga. So then the agent pun datang. So kita orang dah tengok rumah pun lawa, like really really nice, 5 room. So wah lawa seh. And then suddenly I think the makcik suddenly stop, like blank stare, and then she look at the ceiling. Dia macam ni.
Apa sih?
Dia macam gitu.
Ya betul.
Apa yang aku tengok sekali?
Apa yang kau ikut aku?
Macam nak jual lah tempat ni.
Dia macam ni tau. Muka dia macam stun. Habis dia macam ni.
Makcik
Dia tengok kat ceiling. Habis muka dia macam, you know, petrified, that kind of thing. The fear in the face. So kita orang macam, my mom especially my mom pun paranoid kan. So dia tengok makcik tu semacam. Habis aku pula start to feel very eerie. Then after that I was like, asal ada benda ke apa ni? Macam gitu. Then after that makcik tu whisper to the granddaughter. It's quite old lah, like 20 plus lah, like that. I think dia dah datang balik. Macam gitu tau.
Tak lah, auntie tu tengah cakap cicak dia datang balik.
You know what's the crazy part? The agent was Chinese, so the agent didn't understand what the makcik was talking about. So kita macam, apa sih? Then like okay, then after I wanted to get out of that place so badly, right? I told my mother, I wait outside.
Rabak.
Apa je?
Okay, I want to ask Bob, like based on these stories kan, what is the most macam kelakar to you that you have ever faced when tengah viewing rumah for clients?
Ini paling best lah.
Okay.
So typical for any household, normally Saturday Sunday laundry.
Okay.
Macam dah beragak dia mas kahwin.
Laundry. Ini paling kecoh sekali ya. I was like macam Bob pun tak sadar. So normal lah, right? Bob come to any house that I'm selling, Bob akan masuk, start talking. Okay, this is
yang kau nak jual ni, kau describe dulu klien kau ni. Dia muda, tua?
Dia dalam 50-an tapi ada anak 20-an lah.
Okay. Dapat konteks.
Alright.
Jadi macam yalah weekend cuci baju. So okay. Cik, sekejap lagi saya datang Okay, datang Bob, datang.
Oh, Melayu.
Saya datang Okay, datang. Jadi dia jemur. Bob pun macam live clueless lah. Jadi when I was trying to show the kitchen punya window, little that I was expecting the buyers tengah ketawa-ketawa. Bob macam, kenapa aku ada ke something yang Bob dia tunjuk atas.
Habis ada apa? Ada apa?
Ada coli, ada saudara kat atas. Macam alamak,
Banyak bendera yang dia gantung.
Macam-macam
Sabar. Joli dengan tu yang 50 punya ke 20 punya?
Ada combine lah. Ini yang kadang-kadang macam yalah, people small details lah. Memang kita faham ni benda ada cuci. Kalau tak cuci betul rosak kan. Cuma macam can't you hide it somewhere?
Timing dia tak kena lah.
Aduh.
That's something that macam kalau kita berbual selalu buat teringatkan ni benda, mesti buat ketawa sendiri.
Kalau orang nak ambil gambar ke apa,
Wrong thing at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Aduh.
Washing it is not wrong. But
not.
when you are selling your house and you expect viewers to come in, then you don't hang there lah. What are you trying to promote? Different right? Different.
Kau tengah imagine kan? Kau tengah imagine
bilik ni yang buat projek banyak.
Tak ada, nasib baik Bob cakap ada ni, ada anak 20 tahun. Kau imagine kalau Bob tak keluarkan tu detail, pula yang dia gantung lace-lace, kau tak terkejut?
Makcik siapa masih pakai?
Sekali dia gantung whip, dia baru cuci whip.
Oh my god. Itu dah. Aduh, ya Allah. Aduh. Okay, Bob, aku nak tanya kau, since we are on this topic, apa usually kau punya normal advice ataupun kau punya standard advice, especially untuk orang-orang yang engage kau untuk jualkan rumah dia? What are some of macam your standard advice?
Okay. Kalau kita dah duduk rumah tu, normally you need minimum occupation, right? For HDB 5 tahun, kalau private 3 tahun. Okay, normally I advise them, when you have the slightest intent to sell, you talk to an agent, and if you agree to whatever yang dah diperbincangkan with the numbers and all, you must first learn how to declutter your house.
Declutter.
Yeah. Declutter ni kira ibarat apa tahu? Okay, macam contoh kita cakap side table yang dekat tepi pintu lah, yang kita tak pakai.
Okay.
Sebenarnya kita dah ada side table yang dekat, yang baru, cuma that table masih baik, masih cantik, tapi tak pakai, kita letak benda bukan-bukan kat atas. Kumpul, benda tu suara jadi tinggi. Right? So the very first thing that you must do is you must show the house yang secantik mungkin. I don't expect you to buy a new equipment.
Okay.
Cuma yang tak perlu, angkat buang.
Bersihkan lah.
Bersihkan.
Correct.
Cuba imagine 5 tahun duduk sini, tengok atas nampak spider web kat atas. Dan macam simple things lah.
Okay.
Ada tak agent yang buat staging kat Singapore?
Ada.
That means rumah tu kena kosong lah.
Rumah tu kena kosong.
Okay, staging tu apa? Cuba cerita sikit.
Okay, staging ni contoh macam rumah ni, anti ni homeowner ni dah duduk lama.
Okay.
Rumah dia dah rabak by condition lah.
Alright.
So kita cakap, okay anti, kalau nak jual, kita boleh tolong jualkan, kita stagekan rumah. So kita akan cat semua balik, kita letak furniture betul-betul.
Free lah?
Kita kena bayar lah.
Oh, anti kena bayar?
Anti kena bayar. Jadi rumah tu become sellable lah.
But is there a trend tak macam gini sekarang?
Tak banyak lah. Cuma rumah-rumah gini selalunya rumah tu is in too bad of a condition lah. Baru kita advise lah. Kalau bangsa colour putih dah jadi macam colour kuning, baik kita buat lah. Tapi kalau colour biru dah jadi macam budak-budak sikit,
berlapuk-lapuk sikit masih okay.
Masih okay.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Does it make a lot of difference bila kau touch up and kalau kau tak touch up?
Yes.
Dia make a difference in whether orang beli atau tak beli ke make a difference on the price yang kau boleh jual rumah tu?
Both actually. Okay, pertama sekali, what do we expect kalau kita sebagai satu buyer we go into the house, kita tengok cara orang ni jaga rumah dia.
Okay.
That will help us to determine whether or not the house is well taken care.
Okay.
Betul tak? Contoh kalau buat masuk, buat tengok toilet, maka toilet stain rabak. Cuci toilet tak selalu kan? Wear and tear greater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Higher wear and tear. Betul lah?
Betul.
Tapi kalau kita masuk toilet, kita tengok cantik, rapi, barang dia susun, oh dia ni pandai kemas rumah. Kita faham benda bangsa pinggan mangkuk berkecah. Kita faham. That's
Normal lah.
one off apa kan.
Yeah.
Before you sleep, you probably clean everything. That's normal. Cuma kalau kita masuk je rumah orang, kita pijak mak kau, lantai dia pengen melekit. So these are the simple small things yang kadang to the seller, okay apa aku pijak, masih okay apa.
Pasal dah biasa kan.
Diorang dah biasa. Kita yang baru datang ni tak biasa.
Betul.
Masuk je sekejap rasa macam alamak, cannot lah.
Alright.
Immediate turn off lah. First impression really matters.
Okay. Alright, so itu dia, kita dah dengar daripada Bob first tip yang dia dah kasih dalam kita punya sponsor talk ni, declutter your house. Okay guys, jadi kita dah sampai ke penghujung kita punya sharing session bersama dengan Bob Sofian daripada AceRealtorsSg. Demi untuk masyarakat, demi masyarakat.
Jangan lupa untuk follow rakan-rakan kami di Instagram dan juga TikTok AceRealtorsSg.
Jadi kalau korang nak jual rumah ke, beli rumah ke, tak payah pening-pening kepala, hubungi saja ejen-ejen yang bertauliah dari AceRealtorsSg.
Korang juga boleh terus hubungi mereka di talian 88779923 88779923.
Dan jangan lupa guys, kita nak minta lah korang tolong sikit kepada semua kita punya listeners ni. Tolonglah pergi dekat Instagram dengan TikTok AceRealtors tu. Walaupun korang tengok belum ada banyak barang lagi, jangan risau, it's still in progress. Like dulu, follow dulu, jangan terkejut, nanti tak lama lagi macam-macam konten akan keluar. Kita akan jumpa korang dalam episod seterus Sembang Panas.
Betul, tak ada soro-soro, ini podcast cakap betul. Tak ada soro-soro, ini podcast cakap betul. Tak ada soro-soro, ini podcast cakap betul. Tak ada soro-soro, siapa-siapa boleh go, semua kita undang. Siapa berani masuk, jangan sebatang berang. Al-Kisah bikin panas macam goreng pisang, itu sudah terang. Panggil semua geng yang minat terus, jom masuk ke langgang. Jom masuk studio, dan berapa banyak idol kita kasih sampai viral. Al-Kisah dapat title, ini Sembang Panas. It's not for the weak, ini Sembang Panas. We'll laugh on the mix, boom. Sembang panas, 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 panas. Sembang panas, 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 panas. Sembang panas, 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 panas. Sembang panas, 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 panas.